The fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul is generating a lot of excitement in the boxing world. It's a unique matchup, pitting a legendary heavyweight champion against a younger, internet-famous boxer. The fight was originally delayed due to Tyson's health issues, but is now finally happening, and the atmosphere is electric. Fans everywhere are glued to their screens, eager to see this unusual clash between two very different fighters. Both men have a lot on the line. For Tyson, it's a chance to remind the world of his dominance in the sport, while for Paul, it's the biggest challenge of his career. From the start of the fight, it's clear that Tyson's years of experience give him an advantage over Paul. Tyson moves with precision, showing the same graceful yet powerful style that made him a champion in his prime. He controls the ring, cutting off Paul's escape routes and forcing him to fight on Tyson's terms. Tyson's presence is overwhelming as he takes command of the fight. His jab is sharp, setting up combinations that keep Paul on the defensive. Tyson's ability to avoid punches and respond with accurate counters is impressive. His body shots are particularly punishing, wearing Paul down with each blow. Paul tries to establish his own offense, but Tyson's ring skills make it difficult. As the rounds go on, Tyson's dominance becomes even clearer. His punches come in rapid succession, showing the strength and technique that made him a feared fighter in his heyday. Paul struggles to land significant punches, often missing or being blocked by Tyson's tight defense. The gap in skill and experience is obvious, and Paul starts to look increasingly outmatched. In the fourth round, Tyson intensifies his attack. Paul, looking tired and battered, tries to hold on, but Tyson's relentless pressure starts to break through. The crowd senses the end is near, and they are on their feet in anticipation. Tyson's punches land with precision, one after another, pushing Paul closer to defeat. The fifth round begins, and Tyson doesn't waste any time. He traps Paul against the ropes and unleashes a barrage of powerful punches, hooks, and uppercuts, leaving Paul with little chance to defend himself. The crowd is buzzing, and every fan is on edge, waiting to see if Tyson can finish the fight. Then, Tyson delivers a brutal right uppercut, followed by a left hook that sends Paul crashing to the canvas. As the referee counts, it's clear Paul is struggling to get back on his feet. Tyson wins by knockout, proving that even at 58 years old, he still has the power and skill that made him a boxing legend. For Paul, the loss is humbling, highlighting the difference between a seasoned champion and an ambitious newcomer. Tyson's win is celebrated by fans and experts alike, adding yet another remarkable moment to his legendary career. This fight also serves as a lesson for Paul, who, despite his best efforts, learned firsthand the challenges of facing an icon like Tyson. Paul's courage in stepping into the ring with a legend earns him some respect, but the defeat underscores the vast gap between them. Moving forward, Paul will need to reflect on this experience and plan his next moves carefully if he hopes to continue climbing the ranks in boxing. The aftermath of the fight leaves the boxing world buzzing. Tyson's win opens the door for more big-name matches, while Paul must figure out how to rebuild after this crushing defeat. Analysts praise Tyson's performance as a masterclass in boxing technique, while fans debate what this fight means for both fighters' careers. Tyson's skill at his age is remarkable, and Paul's bravery in taking on such a challenge will likely keep him relevant in the sport, despite the loss. Financially, the fight is a huge success. The pay-per-view numbers and worldwide attention highlight the event's marketability. It shows the growing appeal of crossover fights, where sports and entertainment mix, to draw in both hardcore boxing fans and casual viewers. For both Tyson and Paul, this fight brings significant financial rewards, ensuring that their careers and the sport of boxing will continue to thrive. For Tyson, this victory cements his legacy as one of the greatest boxers of all time. It proves that, despite his age, he still has what it takes to compete at a high level. His journey from a troubled youth in Brooklyn to the top of the boxing world, and now to a triumphant comeback, is inspiring. Tyson's legacy is not just as a former champion, but as a timeless icon of the sport. On the other hand, for Paul, this defeat marks a major turning point. Facing Tyson was by far the biggest challenge of his career, and losing to such a revered figure highlights the challenges that come with stepping into the ring with a true legend. Although Paul has found success in his boxing career up to this point, this fight shows him that he still has a lot to learn, and that experience in boxing cannot be overlooked. The lead-up to the fight was filled with intense preparation from both fighters. Tyson worked hard to regain his physical conditioning and refine his technique, aiming to deliver the powerful punches he is known for. On Paul's side, his camp focused on improving his defense and stamina, understanding that facing someone like Tyson required peak performance. These preparations set the stage for a fight that was as much about strategy and training as it was about raw talent and determination. Public opinion on the fight is divided. Some are thrilled to see Tyson back in the ring, eager to witness his legendary power and charisma once again. Others are skeptical, viewing the fight more as a spectacle than a serious contest. Despite the differing opinions, the fight captivates audiences, drawing attention from both longtime boxing fans and those new to the sport. One of the most notable aspects of the event is that it was broadcast on Netflix, signaling a shift in how boxing is being consumed. The fight reached a broader and more diverse audience than traditional pay-per-view events, showing how streaming platforms are becoming a key player in sports entertainment. This trend could reshape the future of boxing promotions, making fights more accessible to a wider audience. As the fight date approached, the media coverage and promotional efforts ramped up, building even more excitement. Both fighters are skilled at engaging with the media, using their platforms to generate interest and position themselves in the public eye. Tyson's storied history and Paul's controversial rise make for an intriguing narrative that keeps fans on the edge of their seats. The psychological aspect of the fight is just as important as the physical one. For Paul, facing someone like Tyson is mentally daunting, given Tyson's reputation and past achievements. He must keep his composure and confidence to stand a chance. For Tyson, the challenge is proving that he can still perform at the highest level, despite his age and recent health concerns. The mental pressure on both fighters adds another layer of intensity to the matchup. The outcome of this fight has far-reaching consequences. If Tyson wins, it could spark interest in seeing more older fighters make comebacks, potentially leading to other matchups involving retired champions. It would also prove that age is just a number, inspiring a new generation of fighters. For Paul, a win would be a game changer, silencing critics and cementing his place in the sport. But a loss could damage his credibility and make it harder to land future big-name opponents. Training has been a major focus for both fighters in the lead-up to the fight. Tyson's videos show him working hard to regain his speed and power, suggesting that he still has the tools to dominate in the ring. Paul's training has been equally intense, focusing on refining his technique and building his endurance to handle the challenge Tyson presents. This fight also carries a cultural significance. It's a clash between two eras. Tyson, representing the old-school, hard-hitting style of boxing, and Paul, embodying the new wave of fighters who came up in the digital age. This generational showdown challenges the traditional boundaries of the sport and could influence the future direction of boxing. As the fight date draws closer, excitement builds. Whether it's Tyson's comeback or Paul's attempt to prove his critics wrong, the fight will undoubtedly be a defining moment in both of their careers. Fans and analysts alike are eagerly waiting to see who will come out on top in this historic showdown.